4 years ago, Matt Cain threw a perfect game. No hits and no walks. He had an amazing season, had victories in the playoffs, won the final game of the World Series. Since then, though, every season he's struggled. And he's been saddled with injuries and has had 2 surgeries. Matt Cain pitched a perfect game 4 years ago. That's happened 22 times in 150 years. GR asked me to go up to Willows with him. I'm gonna shoot some footage and then we can see what's going on in Willows. That week he lost some big thunder for a series that he wanted to make for PBS. He said, "My days in television are over." Doesn't it feel like that sometimes, fellow dreamers? When you've been jabbed one too many times? When you're on the ropes or face down, drooling blood on the canvas? Doesn't it feel like your days in the ring have come to an end? Well, maybe they have. But it really doesn't matter until the next challenger comes along. Then we'll see what you've got. Subway, Taco Bell, Black Bear Diner. Gotta get the Black Bear, buddy. Black Bear Stroganoff. Thunder Hill was the name of the racetrack. Matt's team had a lot of motorhomes with their 2 cars and their crew of mechanics and amateur races.
Let's go fuck with Kevin.
Oh, honey! Oh God, you scared the shit out of me. Oh, Christ almighty.
They were done driving
What's up, big
for
boy?
the day.
What are you doing sleeping?
Everyone was
Man, I got your
excited.
dad's.
We're at, where are we at? We're at Willows, or Thunder Hill, Northern California, and we're at 24 Hours of Lemons. I drove for the first time ever in a Lemons race today. First time ever racing a car against other people.
The yellow on there is me.
Oh yeah, why, how, what?
Well, I went to this turn and I was completely awaited this guy and waited for him. He left an opening to a turn big enough to drive a Mack truck through, and I went in the turn and he goes, BAM! And I just stepped on the gas and he went off.
Today is a Saturday, the first day of racing. Yesterday we lost already after the practice a Jaguar due to some electrical malfunctioning.
Almost lost the front wheel after about 2 hours of running.
In the middle of my stint, suddenly I felt like some shaking in the front end happening, and I thought like, okay, I overdid the braking a little bit, had a flat spot on the tire or something.
The bolts that secure the wheel, 3 of them had sheared off.
And when I came in, everybody was looking at me pretty strangely of like, what are you doing? And it turned out I had 3 broken wheel studs. So one was holding the wheel in place, luckily, and we could make it back to pit lane. Lost in the end 2 hours with a repair, but we're back out running. That's all what counts.
They'd driven at high speeds, scraped paint and bumpers, jockeyed for position.
It would be a race if I did that. I mean, you know, I said I was completely. I said, look, the yellow goes all the way to the back. I wasn't just in his front. It goes I was completely alongside of the guy.
I could see that being pretty exciting.
Right. And today we went out on track for our first ever race in a car we've never driven before.
It's right-hand drive. But
And
it's okay.
we had to change gear with our left hand.
Left hand.
Yeah.
But
this
one's
one's
swinging its hips all the time.
This one's fun to drive to in a different way. Yeah. Because when you go into turns, especially on the sweepers, you kind of float it more. This one, you're definitely picking up the throttle.
Well, I feel cooler in this one because it's a jet. That's for sure. Yeah.
But why was I there?
I know the girls.
I didn't know. I walked away from the cars and over to a fence, and I smoked a cigarette. Why was I smoking cigarettes? It's a crutch, I told myself. I hid it from the girls, quitting every half week they were with me. The sun was setting behind the shadowed hills. When GR and I left, he was again full of doubt. I shot 2 interviews, so what? We went around the hotels and they were full because of the race. Sold out. We drove further into town, away from the interstates, and found a little old school motel. The guy was chatty as hell. That's why immigrants are so willing to bust that pass. Yeah. All right, you ready? We went to the Black Bear Diner. Street. We didn't ask our waitress. Probably lives in. I had some really bland meatloaf. Come on, everybody, see. Could have been the heat, dehydration, maybe the red plastic cup of Crown Royal Matt handed me at the racetrack. Maybe it was the medicinal joint GR pulled out of a test tube. We smoked in the parking lot. The restaurant. Oh, fuck. That's bad. That was supersonic. You're driving. Ooh. I remember the speed freak in the gas station parking lot. I remember the bright fluorescence of the Circle K. At the motel, I drifted in and out of consciousness. Parking lot. Black Bear. trying to describe my state. Watching the door to our room, number 11, my favorite number, so far away. I imagined I could float there, through the door. Then I stood up and we walked in. I brushed my teeth and laughed myself to sleep. Have you ever heard of sleeping without earglasses? It's a new thing. We find 78% of the time you don't break your glasses if you don't sleep in them. Who's John in the reggae man? I was looking at photos in the restroom hole, and there were 5 polar bears, 6 grizzly, and 4 black bears in Black Bear Diner. I think it's a bit of a misnomer. Bears of the World Diner. We drove west on the highway out of town, into the Coast Range. We didn't know where we were going, just west. My wife and kids were away. My kids with her for the weekend. My wife, I don't know. Forever, maybe. As we drove, I told GR a story about the first time I went to the movies after my injury. The Descendants, ironic as Em had just watched me in bed with tubes, machines, keeping me alive. Maybe that's why she rushed out. It was an old theater, small, and in the packed lobby I couldn't move. I began to shake with every step, my body seizing up on me. It was something I'd become very familiar with. But this was the first time, packed in a crowd, the first time my body stopped on me. I love the vast, right? Everyone does, right? The ocean. I love it. Just look at that. Does that not fill you with, what was it? I took a step or two, and again, this spasm of nerves and tightening of limbs and muscle. I felt helpless in a sea of bodies. As we climbed into the coast range, the highway turned into an unpaved forest road. I don't know what she thought. I wanted to fly away. I would float above their heads. I'm not sure she understood. I didn't. I needed a hand, a lead. I didn't know if I even knew it. She didn't. I think that was the beginning of the end. At the peak, there was snow. Patches for about 100 yards. We'd risen 40 miles from 90 degrees in the valley. Mountains are our ancestors. The ocean is our mother. We came out of her, but can never really know her. Rivers have a source, and somewhere they end. There's a town called Cavallo. Might have been a hippie town once, but it was dead tired that day. No bar. We passed through town and met up with the Eel River and followed it to 101. How do you love something and leave it? How do you walk away from love? It turns a corner and you go the other way.